In this episode, we're going to start fishing. And if you hit V just to go to your personal inventory, one of the first things that you can get is a simple fishing rod. So it's about the same time as you're getting everything else at the start of the game. I made a fishing rod and I equipped it down here in my alt bar, and I can simply go to it and I'm ready to start fishing, except I got to put bait on it. And one of the first things that you find during the evening, you can pick this up during the day accidentally, you just can't see it, are fireflies. So it's one of the first fishing bait you get. Plus, you can make fishing bait on your personal. You can make fishing bait. So with fiber and paper reed as you're discovering. Let's just go ahead and make some ponds. And so when I first started playing, I was marking the water sources that I was finding. So I was using this turquoise flag. However, shortly afterwards, they made available, let's just go ahead and I'm going to zoom in on this source right here, and we're going to remove it, and then I'm going to right click, create a marker. They had fish and water source. I'm going to use fish because this is a fishing pond. I'm not going to fish at every water source, but I'm just going to mark this one with a fish to show that this is one of my fishing holes, right? So maybe some of the other ones I might not mark. I'm still looking for, we'll talk about in a moment, water sources that have rippling water means is very active for catching fish. So let's get to our water source and start fishing. Now, before we do that, I want to talk about configuration. So when you're configuring your game, you have fishing difficulty. So this indicates how difficult the fishing mini game is, and I have it set on default. There is also easy and very easy, and we're going to show these three settings and the differences between them. So we glided from the Springlands ancient spire to the top of this hill. We've got the salt mines right here, and we have a vault for the alchemist. So it's just right down there. I got it marked, and we're going to glide down there now. And I have updraft, makes it a little bit easier. And we found a pond over here for 100, almost there. There it is to the right. So this is okay. It's not my favorite. It has a dock on it, and there is some reed paper that you can find on it, but I'm looking for a ripple, and the sun is not my friend. There's one right there. So right close to the dock, and I got soaked. Darn it. Am I able to get to that easily? See, it's right there. So from this rock, this is a pretty good fishing point. Now, we fell in the water and we're soaked. Up in the upper left, you can see 6 seconds left on soak. One of the things that I learned that if once you go from soaked, you go to wet, it's a 15-minute timer. But if you go to a fire source, it rapidly reduces wet. Now, you don't want to be wet because it hinders or restricts your stamina. So when we see this come down and wet is no longer there, we see stamina come back up to the current max. So we're going to go to our fishing pole, and again, we're on the default settings. It's giving you a fishing tutorial over on the right. So I'm going to hold down the left mouse button, and you can see the power bar. And first it'll tell me I have fireflies loaded as my bait, my fishing bait, and I have 45 of them. So this is going to be pretty far. If I was to hold this down and cast, let me just do that. Oh, that was too far. There we go. it'll come back. So I'm beyond the fishing hole, and I got a boot. Ooh, had Gem of Bleeding in it. I've never gotten anything good. E to take. Certainly don't want to release this. And there we go, Gem of Bleeding. Gotta love that. So watch your power, and then eventually you'll get used to that. You want to get into the ripples that you see here for the fish. So you can see the fish barely when they're jumping up, and you can make a determination of whether you want to recast because, oh, that's not the fish I want. But sometimes small or uncommon or even rare. So I'm going to go for everything. So when I hit it, remember I'm on default. You want to get the stamina down. So we're going to hit the A or the D key. And you can see it's bringing the stamina down. You're fighting the fish. And then as soon as you see that, we catch a fish. So that's the default mode. I like the mini game, but my time's valuable, and that's pretty cool. You can do the whole, realistic somewhat fishing experience. You hook the fish, and then you fight the fish, and you get the fish. So we're going to take this fish, and I'm going to go to easy mode. Right now I'm on easy mode, and it's starting to rain. This will be interesting. There's our ripples. We're going to aim, release, and close enough. Right, so this is easy mode, and we're going to see a fish jump. There we go. Looks like another common, but we'll see. And we're using fireflies. So tells you that you're using a simple fishing rod. Later on you get more. So there's no mini game. You just hit E and it comes back. So cast again. I could go out probably a little further, but I'm in the ripples. Right. So rain doesn't seem to be affecting fish. And those of us that have done fishing know that. And it's getting dark. Darn it, it's turning night. But you'll see the little mouse indicator when you hook a fish. And there we go. We got a lake hopper, still common. All right. All right, turn morning. We can see a little bit better. We're on very easy mode this time, I think. And we're casting too far. A little less, watch your bar. Too soon. There we go. All right, very easy mode. I really don't know what the difference. Maybe the fishing is faster. We saw a fish jump there. And come on, hook it. When it's really close, you can see them nibbling. But that seems a little faster. But let's just cast right here. You can see the type of fish. If you're not in a ripple, I'm always going to go for the rippling. And there we go. We can see the type of fish. It's another common, but we're using fireflies. I mean, it's the first bait that you pick up. We're going to go to the next bait, the bait you craft, and another common. All right. So we're going to go to the bait that we craft. We're going to equip it, and we're going to go back to our ripples. Close, and that's not bad. All right, and we're on very easy mode. Skipping the mini game, we see looks like another common. This is just the bait you make. I think the fireflies are better, but you need bait. You run out of bait. Very common material. So we got another shimmerfin commons. And you can release it by hitting R. I mean, it tells you the right click and release it. We didn't catch it. In the beginning, I get all of the fish because I'm trying to make at the oven, the fire, if you will, whether it's a campfire or it's that mini fire that you can make in your base. I cook the fish for benefit. So very small in the beginning. Anyways, that's what I've learned with fishing so far. I'm headed to Revelwood. I'm going to check back up these ponds. I like this one because it always has a ripple. These other ones don't. The one that's on the way to the Hunter. I don't remember. This looked like a basic fishing hole here. But again, you can remove the marker and use whatever water source. I'm just going to use water source, but I like using the color that I choose. So that sticks out on the map. Make it easy as possible because this map is really going to fill up. You're going to find other water sources along the edge, waterfalls and things like that. Yeah, you can fish in them, but I probably just going to mark them as a water source. All right. The next water source is on your way to the Hunter. And so we go to the map. We're sitting here at Springlands, and zoom out a little bit. Here's the ancient vault for the farmer. I think I said Hunter, I meant farmer. And then there's a watering hole that's right next to the Vuka cave. So this takes a little bit longer to get to. That's why I don't fish here. But Nomad, when you finally get there, there is a watering pond, no ripple, but that I've seen, things could have changed right underneath it. So once you get to the Nomad Ancient Spire, you're just gliding straight down to your water pond. All right, we're over to this watering hole right here with this pond. And the reason I like this one is that I can get a lot of paper reed, right? So also get soaked, but there's no enemy that I need to worry about here. But I don't see any ripples in this one. So let's load back up our fireflies. And then when we get to Nomad, we're going to get grasshoppers. Yeah, let's just go to our fishing pole. And I'm just going to cast fireflies out here. Again, we're on very easy. So easy's fine. Only the difference I see, and I'm not seeing that right now, is does it speed up fishing? So I'll run a timer to see whether that's the case or not. But there's no fishing game. I don't have to struggle with the fish. So I got a doggy over there. That's another problem with this area. Not one near the dock. Go ahead and take it. Let's just throw right here. Throw here. And then see the fish. There's no ripple, so this way I can see the fish. A little larger. Still looks like a common. Oh, maybe not. After a while, you become familiar with the types of fish. And when you start progressing past Nomad at fishing points, you're really after rare on this one. So this was uncommon. Very good. Striped tail. Very nice. Very nice. So that's this fishing hole. C for center. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this marker and create just plain water, right, for this fishing hole. All right, we're coming up to the third early fishing pond. A lot of reeds here, but they're not being picked up. It seems to be hit and miss. I'm getting those, which is nice. There's no mobs that I've seen so far that create a problem for you on this. I don't see a ripple on here, and I don't see a dock. I do see I'm out of stamina because I'm excited running around. So we're just going to get on this rock here and cast out in here. And again, it's telling us we got fireflies, 37 of them. Just go out in the middle of the pond. Again, we're on very easy. And we're sitting right here from Springlands to the Hunter. So, and you got to pay attention because once the fish bites, you have a timer on when you can actually reel it in. So you can see it running out quickly. So we got a common lake hopper. I'm not going to whine about it. Just cast right down here. Oh, that was still too far. And that's this fishing hole. So, oh, I got a bite really quick. And the fish escaped because I wasn't paying attention to the timer. So anyway, enough of that. This fishing hole here, I'm not going to put a fish in it. It's just a watering source. So far out of the 3 that we've discovered, and this is my next playthrough, so I've discovered a heck of a lot more around the map. I've designated this as my fishing hole for now. I have an altar next to it. I have 3 that are open, and I'll keep that there, come back there and fish when I need to. All right, we're back at our base next to our cooking fire, and just like any other cooking, you go down, you load what you want to cook. So the first 3 are going to be lake hopper, and then we have a shiver fin, and then we have a rare striped tail. So let's do this one first. Just like cooking anything else, you just hold it over the fire until it's cooked. And then reel it in, and we've got lake hopper, grilled lake hopper. Next one is simmer fin. Let's go ahead and cook this one up. And when that's done, we're going to pull it in. And the next one is striped tail. We only have one of those. It's a biggie. And yeah, let's see what we get here. Reel that one in. So when we go to see what we got, as far as fish goes, we've got grilled striped tail, 30 health, 12 maximum oxygen. So if you're doing a lot of diving and swimming, you want to have, that's the best one so far. For the shimmer fin, 30 health, 10 maximum oxygen. And for the lake hopper, 30 health, 10 maximum oxygen for 15 minutes. 15 minutes, 20 minutes with 12 maximum. So you're getting your uncommons up to your rares. You're going to get better benefits as you're going. Now let's talk about fishing rods. I'm only going to be focused on the simple and the excellent, but the excellent you get from the fisherman right here, which you get in Veilwater, right? And he will provide you the excellent fishing rod. Once you find the lucky fishing rod in Veilwater Basin, you can also make that. So that's pretty cool when you're creating alternate characters and you want these things early. But let's just go through them. So this is the one you start with at the very beginning of the game. +1 fishing strength, 30 fishing endurance. Then the cursed fishing rod is in Nomad. It is located in Nomad. As soon as we get there, right here at Pondsworth. So in there you can get that. And then the improved fishing rod the hunter makes. So I can't remember when. I didn't find it or make it, but the improved fishing rod shows up. I'm not sure whether it was when I got iron bars or when I got the revelation by the pond. So the whole coloring thing, but that showed up. Didn't make that. Don't care. And then when you get the cursed, she can make that as well. All right, so let's just go through these.
Hello.
So simple, cursed, improved. You can see 2 fishing strength, fishing endurance. Excellent from the fisherman, 2 fishing strength, 55 fishing endurance. And then the lucky fishing rod you get in the Veilwater Basin. The lucky fishing rod, let's go back up to Veilwater, back up here, and if we zoom in just north of this Dractal camp, there is the suspicious Dractal camp. And there is a spot. It's kind of like a cross in the middle that you just dig down and you get the lucky fishing rod. But we're in this episode just going to focus on 2 because I don't want to spend a lot of time. We're going to show the excellent right here, and the one we start with is simple. All right. How about fishing at our home base, the water source that we make? So we've got a simple pond here, and yeah, no ripples here, but let's just throw some bait in here. I think this is grasshopper, if I remember correct. I'm using excellent fishing rod, but certainly have caught fish just using the very simple. So make a water source at your base, as long as the water source is large enough. I've fished in a little watering hole and caught fish, but really didn't spend a lot of time doing it on this one. So we got a common, but yeah, I've gotten rare out of my home base. So very interesting. Again, we're using grasshopper. I'm not going to waste a frog, but not going to spend a lot of time here. But yeah, you can catch fish in your own fish pond. Don't see anything swimming around ever, just only when I'm fishing with the pole. So it's just never ends, right? All sorts of fun stuff. Yeah, we got an uncommon whisker fin out of our own base pond. So, yeah. Later in the game, when you get to Veilwater Basin, and we're sitting right here at the ancient spire for Veilwater Basin. Over here, we've got Blackmire, and of course, way down here, we started at Cinder Vault, Springlands, all of that. So there's water sources, ponds all over the place, but in Veilwater, that's what the whole game's about. And one of the things is that we get an excellent fishing rod once we discover the fisherman, which I have videos on all of this. But there's water, of course, all over the place in Veilwater Basin. That's the whole purpose of it. Every once in a while, you'll find a ripple. It's something kind of interesting is going on over there. And fishing with the excellent fishing rod, there are several baits that you can use. So we started with firefly, then you'll get moth during the evening in Springlands, and then eventually you're going to get grasshopper when you get to nomad. You're going to get scarabs when you get to kindle waste, and when you get to Albany, you're going to find roly-polies or pill bugs for bait, and then you're going to find frogs, right? And then there's other bait that you can make and find and so on, but that's all I've gotten so far. So we're going to shoot with a firefly in Veilwater Basin. I've actually gotten pretty good fish here. This is a common, right? Here using very basic bait, but you want to use, we're going to go with moths. You want to use the best bait. Let's just cast right here. The lake hopper common. Let's go ahead and take it. Let's go to grasshopper. I was surprised with what I caught here with grasshopper. You know, the next fish you get. Here's an uncommon sun scale, which is nice to get. Let's go to scarabs. We're going to equip that. And let me go out of the glare here. Right here. Right in front of us. I don't know how many times here. Yeah, it's a common silverback. All right. And then let's go to pill bugs. Equip that. Let's go in front of us here again. In the shrouded area. So it's a rare. Oh my gosh, Everfin. Very nice. Got that with a pill bug. All right, cool. Let's go to frog. This is, use these when you really need to fish for rare fish. So let's go out a little further. I'm not sure. Let's see here. I wasted a frog for a common lake hopper. That kind of sucks. I'm wondering what that is that's over there. And one of the fun things that you can do is catch fish while swimming. All right, so we're wearing swim fins here, and we also have the diving helmet. You don't need it. As soon as I got here, I started swimming in the water, um, but it certainly helps. There, oh yeah, it's like a little mini cyclone, and there's a mob down there to fight, right? But sometimes when you're swimming in the water here, and I might have caught them all. You can actually catch the fish with your hands. So another cool thing in here while swimming. So I'm just in one of the ponds, lakes that's out here in Veilwater, right over here by this Cabria hunting Drac Dow camp, where there's a gold chest. We're going to swim down here, and you can see fish. I'm going to sprint at it, hit E, shimmerfin. Here's another one. I'm going to swim at it, hit E, lake hopper. They'll run away just like any other animal in the wild. So yeah, you can catch fish as well as fish. So that's kind of interesting, right? All right, we're going to wrap up. I've done a couple of episodes on fishing. When I first started the game, really didn't know anything. I'm not saying I know everything now, but I've learned a great deal. There's a fishing camp area, and there's just so much in Wake of the Water. I just love the physics. I love everything about this game. This is totally awesome, and I am going to be back and back again. Of course, we're playing other games, as you see in the channel, but yeah, that's going to be it for Fishing Basics. And until that next episode, happy gaming.